This is Rockslapping Champions. Player 1, playing Nova, we have Escalating. And player 2, playing Artanis, we have Singenyon. I think I pronounced that correctly. I'm basically following what Google Translate is telling me, or how to pronounce it at least. So let's have a look at the masteries. I'm not even gonna go over Eviling's masteries. I think anyone that watches Rockslapping Champions knows I get completely triggered by his masteries. But there you go. That is his masteries right there. And let's have a look at Artanis' masteries, because we have Shield Overcharge, Energy Regeneration Mastery, and the Chrono Boost Mastery here. I think this is pretty much the choices I pick as well. So a very good mastery set of choices, or mastery choice set for Artanis, and that will make Artanis' life a little bit easier. Artanis has already put down a pylon. I don't think he's positioned his Artosis pylon correctly, though. I think that Artosis pylon needs to be down one more block for the optimal positioning. But that being said, Artanis doesn't really need that much pylon space to build all this stuff. Like, in terms of production, it's not really too much of an issue. We have a double cybernetic score coming out for Artanis, so I think those of you that do play on the random queue do probably know what is coming up for Artanis, but that is going to be a double cybernetic score build. And what is Artanis going to put down? Now, he's going to put down a Twilight Council now, so this might be tricking some of you guys. You guys might not be sure what is going on here. We have a double cybernetic score into a template into a Twilight Council, but now we have a warp gate being produced as well for Artanis. So what is going on over here? We have a few Dragoons that are being used to start clearing out the expansion, and we have a bunch of Marauders for Nova that are going to be marauding onto these rocks. Now, production-wise, Artanis is still macroing up as well. We have the Twilight Council now completed for Artanis. What is he going to produce next? He has chosen to produce a Stargate. So this is an interesting decision for Artanis, because the Stargate's tech requirement is a cybernetic score and not a Twilight Council. So what is Artanis doing here? To be honest, I don't know. I did review this replay before casting it, but I do not know. This is something I just noticed right now while I'm live casting this. I'm not sure why he built that Twilight Council. It may be for attack upgrade, but we have Nova already ready. We'll blink forward and delete the Reapers in this everybody's community favorite enemy composition, the Shadow Tech. Because if you do not enjoy playing up against Shadow Tech, you might have to ask yourself what is wrong with you, because it's fun. Who does not want to play against Liberators and Cyclones and Battlecruisers and Ravens and Ghost Nukes and all sorts of other annoying units in the game? But we do have now the Stargate, which has completed for our Artanis player, and he has a Chrono Boost on his Nexus, which he has not moved somewhere else. These Dragoons are still slapping away at these rocks. They are going to clear out these rocks right now, and we have a very prompt assimilator that has been put down for Artanis. And now we have the legendary Fleet Beacon, and you guys now know exactly the kind of build that is coming up for Artanis, because Artanis OP with his army of Phoenixes when it comes to dealing with it. Nah, I'm just messing with you. It is going to be the Tempest build that is coming up for Artanis. And actually, this is Rockslapping Champions, so it's very possible he might go for Mass Phoenixes. So that is something else that is somewhat possible in Rockslapping Champions. But we do have Nova with an army of 2 Dragoons that are going to be taking out this first strain. The second attack wave of this mission has spawned and is making its way towards the player's bases. Fleet Beacon is now complete for Artanis, and we have already the level 1 attack and armor upgrades coming out for Artanis. So, as is customary on Rockslapping Champions and on pretty much every single game I cast, armor upgrades, no good. Do not get armor upgrades. Especially if you're going for a Mass Tempest build, which is what it looks like Artanis wants to go for. When you're going for a Mass Tempest build, you need the gas for your Tempests. So if you are going for armor upgrades, and if you are going for other upgrades like shield upgrades, you are losing out on potential resources and most importantly, potential gas that you can utilize. As you can see here, Artanis is actually short on gas right now, and that is basically because he is going for his air armor upgrades, which is not going to provide a lot of value. And there's a whole video on this same YouTube channel here that will tell you why armor upgrades are not very good, and you can watch that. And be like, yeah, maybe he knows, maybe this guy does know what he's talking about, even though he has featured himself on Rockslapping Champions. So we do have Nova with her army of Marauders and one Raven. They are chilling here. Where is Artanis going? Artanis is parked over here for some reason. I'm not sure why. He's decided to put down a second Stargate, and now he's putting down a Forge as well. So why has I don't know why he's putting down the second Stargate. I don't think he has enough gas to take advantage of that. And yeah, we have Nova already pushing forward here. 60 seconds on the Holo Decoy, so that is kind of good. But Artanis is in position. He has an army of 4 Tempests and 2 Dragoons here. Actually, you know what? Instead of investing in the air attack upgrade, in the air armor upgrade, what Artanis could have done is invested in the Disintegrate upgrade. The Disintegrate upgrade is going to be very useful for... We're going to get the little observer thing here, but the Disintegrate upgrade is useful for Artanis' Tempest, so if he's actually researching that, it would not be too bad, but he's going for his level 2 now air armor upgrade, so that is going to slow Artanis down a lot. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over here and have a look at what he is doing. And yeah, he has chrono boosted his double air armor, like his air attack upgrades are fine, those things are good, but this one, no good. And he's getting his shield upgrades as well now. So yeah, Artanis has tied up a lot of his resources into getting his upgrades for his air units, which is the shield of the shields upgrade. But those things are not going to be very useful in keeping the damage off his army, especially with a commander like Artanis. He does have access to Guardian Shell. He doesn't really need that much from shield and armor upgrades. So yeah, this is going to be very inconvenient for Artanis. We have Nova using a Holo Decoy here. That Holo Decoy is going to end up murdering like half these Marauders. And all that is left now are to clear out some of these deliveries, and Nova is just going to promptly just jump in and snipe the rest of these units out. Artanis' Tempests are a little bit behind, unable to help out as Nova dukes it out. Sends us a little sabotage drone as well here, just to send a little message to Amon's camp units, and this thing is probably going to end up dying without killing anything, but this one random Holo Decoy is going to end up deleting the rest of these units. And now we have the 3rd train, if I have counted correctly, that has spawned on this map. And again, Artanis has 2 Dragoons, and he has a reasonable sized army of Tempests right now, but again, no Disintegrate ability on these Tempests, and this Disintegrate ability is really useful when dealing with the trains, because when Blizzard changed the way the train damage calculation works, you can now apply the Disintegrate upgrade to every individual carriage, and they actually deal a very good amount of damage to the trains. So you can see that because they don't have the Disintegrate upgrade, they're not going to be able to deal. They're not going to be able to match up with Nova's army eventually. So let's have a look. I wonder if we can show you the train damage right now. Yeah, you can see Artanis is sitting at around 8,000 damage, 15,000 damage train damage from Nova. And Nova is going to end up. The damage from Nova is just going to start climbing very quickly, because that is what Nova does. And we have one random hybrid destroyer here that has actually... There's only 2 probes on this gas as well, so I'm not sure if that is a mistake, or maybe what's happening is that these probes are getting killed off. Yeah, the probes are getting killed off by that one hybrid destroyer. Nova now in position, and she's going to end up killing off the random bunkers that Amon is trying to set up. Trying to harass him a little bit. And Artanis is uninterested in helping his ally deal with the bonus objective. Instead, Artanis wants to push in. He does warp in a bunch of Zealots, and these Zealots are really good because they provide a very nice mineral dump for Artanis. But one of the things Artanis does not have is Charge or the Whirlwind ability for his Zealots. So his Zealots are not going to be able to deal a lot of damage to these units without getting killed off very quick, or at least before they get killed off. But very nice airstrike from Nova. Nova's airstrike does deal with the attack wave that was going to try and intercept Artanis' army. But now Artanis has to be careful because the next train wave spawn is going to be a double train wave, and the double train wave is very nasty. The first double train wave spawn is accompanied by a very large escort wave. And if you're not paying attention, if you're not careful, you could end up losing your entire army to that. You can see just a number of battlecruisers over here. Instantly, some Seeker missiles and Yamato cannons right on top of Artanis' army. Already and another Seeker missile as well ends up contacting these Tempests as soon as the Guardian Shell runs out, and now these battlecruisers are going to start attacking the rest of these Tempests. So far, I think 2 Tempests have died already, but they have managed to clear out the escort wave on that. There were already some heavy losses. Nova over here, not really too concerned because I think she has an airstrike already ready to deal with the escort wave, and now Nova is going to say, oh, there are some Yamato cannons here. They have to be very careful with those liberators, because those liberators get instantly focused down by Yamato cannons. But yeah, Nova ends up dealing with that train by herself. Artanis has managed to finally clear out this train, eventually whittling the HP down by the bunch of Tempest. Still, no disintegration upgrade on those Tempests. And we have a charge upgrade now that has been added for Artanis' Zealots. I guess that is okay, especially because he wants to use a Zealot as a mineral up, but that escort wave does end up reaching Nova's base here. Nova's base is taking so much damage, and Artanis might... Oh no, Artanis almost ended up losing his Nexus, but Nova has tactical airlifted her army just in time to save Artanis' base against those battlecruisers. And now there is a nuclear launch right here, right on top, in between Nova's base and Artanis' base. So there is going to be one nuke instantly over here. But now there's an attack wave that has spawned right on the northern side, and Artanis' army is just getting it focused down by the splash damage of Liberators, and these Tempests are taking so much damage. They finally end up clearing out this attack wave. But again, there were some more heavy losses here. And now there's another nuke depowering in the entirety of Artanis' production here. So Artanis can't even get any more units out. And he has lost a total of 26 Zealots and 6 Tempests. Artanis is still pushing into the space. He is not interested in dealing with the random harass over here. And he actually does not have any kind of detection as well. He's warping a few more Zealots. But again, I don't know why he's pushing into the space right now. Is there going to be another nuke? Yeah, there's another nuke here. That is pretty much the end of Artanis' production. He has been reset to pretty much 0. And Artanis now, there are a few more battlecruisers that are attacking. So Artanis' Tempest and Artanis' Tempest are going to be going down here. I think the battlecruisers will kill off the second Tempest as well. 2 more Tempests have gone down, and Artanis has pretty much lost all of his production right there. No detection. And he just has to sit here and doing nothing, and that Ghost is going to end up killing off that other Zealot as well. That Ghost doing so much work. Ghost has now started to aggro this one Nexus, and finally Artanis has decided, you know what, I'm going to start using my Orbital Strikes. And he doesn't actually use up the rest of his Orbital Strikes because he is done. He could have just dropped his Orbital Strikes here to deal a little bit of damage, but again, those Tempests are just slowly pushing through. And Artanis will now have to try and rebuild pretty much everything that he has. He has lost everything here. He's putting in one pylon. He has a warp field out, not using the warp field to actually start production structures. So this is going to be a while before Artanis is able to get anything else out. He has lost a total of 9 Tempests so far. 41 Zealots have died. Pretty much all of his production as a result of not putting down some photon cannons on the front line. So Artanis will have to retech up, and his Tempests are over here not really doing anything and not really helping out as well. He just wants to go and attack Amon's base here, which is, I guess, okay. He wants to exact some revenge on this, but Amon doesn't really care very much. Nova is going to start attacking some of these anti-air structures as well. That one Liberator taking a little bit too much damage, but again, Nova has a lockdown missiles upgrade as well, research for her Goliaths. So there is a random Thor here. Thor is not going to be able to deal with these Tempests. And again, these Goliaths are slowly whittling down their HPs. And now these Tempests, you can see why this mission is so difficult to clear. There's a random mule that is repairing the armory here. That is the ultimate BM from Amon. Nova now is going to start taking out some of these structures. And now there is another attack wave here. Artanis has decided to use... I think that might have been the first solar bombardment of the game to deal with this attack wave. And now he's warped in a bunch of Dragoons here. But now that air escort from this attack wave has found and discovered his Tempest, and they are going to start whittling these Tempest HPs down. So the Guardian Shell is keeping them alive, which is really good. But now the Guardian Shell has been exhausted on 2 of these Tempests, and this train is dealing damage, and now there is nothing. Okay, so Artanis is just wants to, you know, exact some revenge on Amon's base here, but that Thor is going to end up killing off that one more Tempest. One more Tempest does go down, and I think now there is another nuke right on top of Artanis' base. Artanis has not learned that he should be putting down static defense, so he has he's warped on 2 pylons now, and now there's going to be a nuke that'll go down. But that's good. Luckily for him, that shield overcharge will end up saving those pylons from inevitable death, so that is actually really good. But that Ghost is getting so much value. Artanis has finally used his Dragoons to start attacking the trains here, but It doesn't solve the little ghost problem that Artanis has right now, and now he's finally working a bunch of zealots. So those zealots will end up cleaning up that one ghost, and there are a few dragoons over here. There is a... Is there another nuke over here? I don't know if there was another nuke here. I don't think there was. I don't think there was another nuke over there. It's just that Artanis needs to want to try and get rid of some of these other zealots here. There's another attack wave that's coming up. Artanis does not... Actually, Artanis might be able to clear up this train with the help of Nova's army over here. So Nova has ended up deleting that train wave, and now there is an attack wave that is making its way towards the army here, and Artanis does not have anywhere near enough. And now there is another nuke over here, but Artanis has no detection. He does not know where that ghost is, and that nuke is going to end up hitting his base again. He's still not figured out that he needs to be... Okay, he has a robo coming out, but it's just a little bit too late, and the pylon goes down. Both pylons go down, ends up depowering the warp gate, so he doesn't have access to his detection right now, so he needs to put down some more pylons. So Artanis getting a little... Okay, finally he's used his power field, and now he has finally gotten his detection, and this should be the end of the harass Artanis has. Unfortunately, it's going to be a while before he's going to be able to get out the rest of his Tempest. Actually, what happened to his Tempest? There's another nuke here, but no one will be able to clean that up. I think Artanis lost all his Tempests, right? He has 9 Tempests out. Okay, those Tempests are right here. But how many Tempests did he end up losing? 13 Tempests. 53 Zealots and 14 Dragoons have died. And I don't know how many nukes have landed on Artanis' base. But finally, Artanis is getting pounded into the ground. Still no disintegration upgrade because he was very rudely interrupted by Amon. And that train has also gone down. There's another attack wave here, but I do not believe that attack wave is going to have any impact on the game because those are all the trains done. And Artanis has finally learned his lesson, and that is GG.